This video is brought to you by Malabar Limited, your source for retail and rental costumes, special effects makeup, accessories, and more. Visit us online at malabar.net.
We at Malabar can't get enough of pop art zombie makeup. With its bright color and bold comic strip outlines, this is a great new take on a classic monster. In this video tutorial, we'll show you the basic techniques to create your own pop art zombie. Before you jump in, it's a good idea to have a design you can work off of. A quick Google search will bring up a ton of looks you can use to guide you, or if you're a super creative type, you can design an original concept like our makeup artist Talia did. For this look, we used Mare on Paradise makeup in various colors. It's a water-based makeup that works like those little watercolor kits you used in elementary school. Just dip your brush in water, swirl in the cake, and paint away. In addition, we used Ben Nye eyeshadows to add shading, and Ben Nye Final Seal Barrier Spray at the end to set the makeup. We also used Print Your Own Tattoo Transfer Paper, great for complex designs or for when you don't have time to sketch out a bunch of detail on the fly. For tools, we used an assortment of brushes. You'll at least need a fine detail brush and a wider brush for filling in larger areas, a beauty sponge, and, optional, a stipple sponge. Okay, let's get started. The first step is to lay down a base coat of any large areas of color other than black. You can use a sponge or a brush to do this. Dab with your sponge to blend any areas where two colors touch. As you work, if you find the paint is lifting off a lot, try using less water on the makeup cake. It might also be helpful to spray with Final Seal in between layers of makeup. Once you've put in the larger areas of color, you can mark in any areas you want to be pure black. We've added black at the sides of the cheek and on the nose to give the appearance of a skull. Use a fine brush to outline the areas and a larger brush to fill them in. For the teeth, it's helpful to use a square brush. Using Mare on Paradise makeup in white, paint the teeth right over the lips and continue to the upper lip and upper chin areas. Fill in the gums around the teeth with Mare on Paradise makeup. When you're filling in areas, remember to dab around the edges of the color you want to blend in with a sponge or your finger. To add some dimension, brush on some eyeshadow over your base colors in a darker or lighter shade, depending on whether you want to add shading or highlights. You can blend in as many colors as you like. Here's where the tattoo transfer paper comes in. Our makeup artist Talia did a sketch of the zombie's heart and ribcage ahead of time with a black marker on white paper. We scanned the design, printed it on tattoo transfer paper, and now we can apply all that detail to our zombie as easily as you apply a temporary tattoo. Just press it down, wet the back, wait, and lift off. If you don't want to use tattoo transfer paper, you can also just sketch your designs lightly in white Mare on Paradise makeup on the skin and build off them from there. Now we're taking more Mare on Paradise makeup and adding some base color to the chest and shoulder area. We wanted our zombie to bleed from the mouth, so we're adding in trails of red beneath the mouth with Paradise makeup. Here we're using Ben Nye eyeshadow to make some vibrant pops of color on the ribcage. Whoops, we're going back up because we forgot to add the dripping blood under the eyes. As you add your detail, you may want to take some of the detail color you're working with onto a sponge and blend some of it into the larger base color areas to tie everything together. We also added in some detailed skin under the other eye in black. We continued the black up around the eye to add a crease, then filled in some larger areas with black. Now back to the heart and rib cage. Think of the tattoo transfer as a coloring book and paint it in as you like with the Mare on Paradise makeup. Don't worry too much about going over the lines, you can always add the outline back later. Add in any extra areas of detail you like using Mare on Paradise makeup for your base and Ben Nye eyeshadow for the shadows and highlighting detail. For outlines, use Mare on Paradise in black. Add in outlines to your detail areas, like we do with the dripping blood. We added some color and dimension to the rib cage using eyeshadow. The outlining on the teeth was done with black Mare on Paradise makeup. Here we're adding more detail on the chest area with eyeshadow. We used Mare on Paradise makeup in black for all our outlines to get a strong pop cartoon look. For all highlights and contours, we used Ben Nye eyeshadow. We're carrying out the purple on the shoulders with some additional Mare on Paradise makeup. Then we paint a layer of black Paradise makeup over it. Just adding some finishing touch highlights and outlines with Mare on Paradise makeup in white or black. For more subtle highlights and shadows, we switch to white or black Ben Nye eyeshadow. To blend the black of the eyes with the surrounding makeup, we used Ben Nye eyeshadow in black. Here's a cool trick. To add texture and an almost shimmering look, we sponged on white Mare on Paradise makeup with a stipple sponge. Add any additional outlines or detail, and the makeup work is done. Spray with Ben Nye Final Seal to keep everything in place. To take your look to the next level, add contact lenses, a wig, and any outfit you like. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you decide to give it a go, we'd love to see your pop zombie creations. Please tag Malabar Toronto on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. Good luck with your pop art zombie transformation.